Last Cloudia TV Express. Hello there, adventurers. Hello, it is Kit, Last Cloudia's localization lead and PR guy. It is a pleasure to be with you here this evening. Thanks for dropping into another installment of the Last Cloudia TV Express. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to the other members of the Last Cloudia crew who are here with me tonight. First we have...
Hey, I'm Naki, a producer of Last Cloudia. Nice to see you all.
Great to see you.
Good to see you. And?
Alright, I'm also here. Hello everyone, I'm Bonnie here. As per usual, I'm off camera, but I'm also here today.
The Last Cloudia TV Express streams are a leaner version of the long format Last Cloudia TV streams. Today we are going to share some exciting information about the roadmap that we recently released. We hope that you'll stick with us until the very end of the program to hear all of the fun news that we have. So everybody, how has it been going lately?
最近ね、自転車を買ったんですよ。
Oh, really?
12年ぶりぐらい乗って、
Oh, wow.
めっちゃ楽しい。
Okay, so yeah, Naki-san just bought a bicycle for the first time in 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he's using it since it's so hot in
It's
Japan
true,
right now.
yeah, it is scorching here in Tokyo. How is it where you are in your part of the world? Let me know in the comments. We'll be looking forward to that. That said, yeah, I want to thank you for all of the comments. And we're going to go ahead and check out the roadmap that we released earlier. We're going to get that on screen in just a moment. There we go.
All right.
There we have it.
Okay.
And yes, Naki-san, if you would, please tell us about this.
はい。先日ですね、夏のロードマップ出させていただいてからちょっと時間が空きましたが、いくつか発表できるものが出てきましたので、本日皆様にお伝えしたいと思います。
Okay, yes, it's been a little while since we released the summer roadmap, but we're now in a position where we can talk a little bit more about the individual items on the roadmap. So I'd like to dive into a few topics with you all.
はい。じゃあまずは、こちらからお伝えしていきます。スライドをお願いします。Arena Revisions.
Yes.
Yes. はい、こちらのアリーナ改修ですが、8月22日に入ります。詳細はきっとお願いします。
And the first item that I'd like to talk about is, that's right, arena revisions. These will go into effect from August 22nd. Naki has also asked me to go into more detail about these for you all. With these revisions, the arena will change in 5 major ways.
All right. Hold on.
The first of these is a redesign to give trophies for defense wins. The second is the addition of bonus trophies after wins against certain opponents. The third of these is the opponent list being limited to 5 refreshes per battle. The next of these is the addition of free battles, and that is followed by the addition of the ability to view opponents' profiles from the battle log. Barlene and I will now dive into these revisions one by one. First, we have the redesign to give trophies for defense wins. Until now, players were able to earn trophies from any wins they might have gotten while defending. We've redesigned the arena so that you can get trophies with a defense win. Note that the number of trophies earnable with the defending win is set at half the number of trophies earnable with an attacking win. Also with this redesign, the conditions for the opponent list will change from excluding the opponents that you've already won against at least once that day, to opponents who you've battled against at least once that day. Note that the auto bonus is included for defending wins.
All right, so Naki told me this part. The intention of this change is mainly to make defending wins provide more benefit to rankings and to make you guys players to choreograph strong defense parties. I mean, up until now, like the only important thing is you have strong attack parties, but you can totally ignore like different defending parties. Well, I mean, after this change, you'll have a lot more reason to make to build good defense parties.
Okay, the second of our bullet points here is the addition of bonus trophies after wins against certain opponents. Previously, you could choose one of 5 opponents to attack. However, which player you chose had no effect on the trophies you'd win, so there wasn't much incentive to fight stronger players. Due to this, we added a system where the opponent list contains 2 opponents whose ranks are more different than typical in matchmaking. If you win against these players, you will get a bonus to the trophies that you earn.
All right. Again, I heard from Naki like this. These 2 players we're talking about, they will have very different borders in the opponent list. So it'll be very easy for you to see which opponents gives the bonus. But please note that the bonus multipliers will depend on your rankings, so you'll change a bit.
Yeah, so we're going to be making some UI revisions there to make it clearer which opponents are more different than normal.
Oh, yes.
Okay, the opponent list in our third bullet point is also going to be limited to 5 refreshes per battle. Previously, any player could refresh the list an unlimited number of times, but this has now been reduced to a maximum of 5 times per battle.
All right. Again, speaking for Naki here about that, this limit is mainly to prevent players from refreshing the opponent list again and again until they get an easy opponent, a specific opponent, they can easily beat. We added this.
So
yeah.
if you've been getting beaten up in the arena, this might be something that helps you out in the future.
Yeah, of course.
All right, we also have, for our fourth bullet point, the addition of free battles. Once you've consumed your daily attack count, the button text will switch from battle to free battle, and then you'll be able to play free battles. Free battle wins and losses don't count. They don't cut or boost your trophies or arena points. They aren't recorded in your or your opponent's battle logs either.
All right. Naki told me like this part, I should make it clear that this makes the free battles. It's very good for experimenting with your arena party. So be sure to try it out. I would just like to add that some of you may be thinking, yeah, well, I can just use the sparring feature. What's the difference? The sparring does require you to add friends before you can try, and also it's not. I mean, sometimes you add a lot of friends, but they are in a very different ranking as you. So sometimes you don't get the type of opponents you would like. So that's why we added this feature.
And our fifth item on this list of bullet points is the addition of the ability to view opponents' profiles from the battle log. We've also changed the arena so that you will be able to view your opponent's profile from the battle log. This will be useful for those times in battle when you want to see who managed to defeat the mighty party that you created, or you want to put a face to that party that you totally wiped out. But there's also another way to use this feature, though it might not be quite as fun. If you ever come across someone cheating in the arena, you'll be able to use this feature to look up their player ID and report them.
Yeah, I would just like to add that, especially about the arena, we have been getting a lot, a huge amount and very constructive feedbacks on them, especially from the global community. We very much appreciate them, and the development team have been viewing them. But please know that the revision we are adding right now is taking effect this week. So of course we'll keep taking your feedbacks and make more events in the future.
Thank you, Kit and Barry. はい、では今回の回収事項は以上となりますけれども、今後も皆様のご意見をもとにアリーナの回収を進めてまいります。よろしくお願いします。
And as Barlene alluded to a moment ago, those are all of the arena revisions for this update. However, we are going to continue to revamp the arena based on your feedback. And all the arena revisions we have just discussed will go into effect from August 22nd, so you can look forward to trying out these exciting changes in just a few days. Next up, we have an update for you, all on this, that's right, the improvements to units, power-ups for early units. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Regarding the release date, which I will reveal in just one moment, there's one thing to watch out for. In a previous notice, we had said that we planned to begin releasing these improvements in September, but we discovered that some content needed more reviewing during development, and so we had to make some slight adjustments to the release schedule to accommodate this. I can now announce, though, that the release date is going to be as follows. Let's get that slide on screen. Here it is, the release date that is scheduled. Let's see it on screen.
Let's go.
There we go. Yes. October 10th. Right around the corner.
I would say it's right around the corner, but it's coming. Yeah, we got this. We got the clear date now.
Yes. Some of you who are watching the stream might be thinking, as Barlene said, that's a while off. And I know that you've been eagerly awaiting these updates, so we want to apologize for keeping you waiting. But I do hope that you'll bear with us until we can get these improvements in awesome shape before release. Essentially, we just want to take the time to make it something that you genuinely are going to want to enjoy and to play with before releasing it.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll be talking about like this, like coming out, but you'll probably see why it's taking so long.
In the meantime, however, I'd like to talk a little bit more about our concept with the improvements and give some more detailed updates on what you can expect with them. First, let's take a look at this slide together. Okay. And yeah, Naki-san has requested that I read off the text off of the slide, so I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. This says, early unit power-up philosophy. Our concept is to make units feel markedly stronger than with previous unit cap boosts. And when it comes to the scope of the early units to be enhanced, note that the units that are eligible will be the units that appeared during the first year of Last Claudia's release, from April of 2019 all the way on through March 2020. Note that units not released during this time may also, in some cases, be included. Now let's talk in some more detail about what kind of improvements you can expect. While we've implemented a few rounds of improvements in the past, the early release units have had comparatively low hit counts for their skills and specials. They also still deal a comparatively low amount of damage per attack, even with the boosted damage caps.
Yeah, and I mean, aside from that, especially the early release units, they also have a few points that make them quite difficult to use. I mean, sometimes the units don't have, skills that jump forward at enemies, or like when you use the skills, they walk around, they tend to go out of their way and move right towards the enemy before they attack. We have some, they're not very easy to use.
Exactly. So we're going to be doing our best to improve their controls and usability through a variety of adjustments, such as giving them jumping skills or skills that, when activated, allow the unit to move to the closest enemy. Additionally, when compared to the latest units, early release units have lower stats. Their traits and skills also provide fewer passive skills and effects. In order to fill these power gaps, we'll make it so that you can add passive skills and strengthen the unit's stats. Note that we plan to implement a new feature to perform these enhancements at the same time. We can't reveal the details of this quite yet, but at the moment we're envisioning something akin to adding a special ability board with its own materials.
This time around, like the overall improvement will be handled very differently. Like it won't be like sometimes before you just open up the game after maintenance and the units are suddenly stronger. This time the improvements are, they carry a bit more of a RPG charm to them. So you'll have a process. You'll get a time to enhance the units yourself.
Okay, yes, and we will be revealing more details about this, as I touched on a second ago, at a later date.
はい。でここまでは、過去のプロデューサーレターでもご案内した内容になってくるんですけれども、今回はですね、コンセプトで先ほどお伝えした格段に強さが実感できるようにっていうところのこの格段にが人によって受け取り方が違ってくるので、ここをちょっとね目安としてイメージがつくようにお伝えしていきます。
And I will again interpret for Naki-san here and say that so far most of what we've discussed has been content that was included in the previous producer letter, but we would like to reiterate something that was mentioned in the philosophy slide. That being the word markedly. As people could understand this word in various ways, I want to clarify our expectations for a bit.
はい、で例えばなんですけど、物理攻撃が得意なとあるユニットですよは、最大まで強化すると特技1回あたりのダメージが白煙の騎士回路を超えるぐらいになります。最大まで強化しただけのね。で、ユニットによって異なるので全部のアタッカーユニットがそうなるわけではないんですけど、そのくらいのすごいダメージが出るようになるユニットもいます。
Let's take a physical attacker unit as an example. We'd like to make it so that when you've maxed enhanced that kind of unit, it is able to deal as much or more damage with a single attack as Kyle, Knight of Pale Flame, is able to.
Yeah.
Of course, depending on the unit, not all attacker units will be able to surpass Kyle, Knight of Pale Flame, but there will be some units who are able to reach that sort of damage output.
はい。で今攻撃の話をしたんですけど、防御が得意なとあるユニットに関しては、最大まで強化したら、ギルドバトルの最前線に立っても、問題なく戦えるようにとかぐらいまでを想定しています。ただ、ラスクラのユニットの強さって、ダメージとか防御だけでは測ることができないじゃないですか。例えば、カリスマの運とかバフのデバフの強さとか、特技の攻撃範囲とか、ユニットのタイプとか 主戦場がクエストなのか PVP なのか、可愛いかかっこいいかなといろいろあると思うんですよ。ここまでお願いします。
Okay, so then when you max enhance a more defensive unit, we're planning on making those kinds of units more or less able to participate on even footing, even on the front lines in guild battles. Of course, Last Cloudia units aren't simply ranked by their damage output and defensive capabilities. We have a lot of units with their own unique strengths. These include charisma skills, powerful buffs and debuffs, various kinds of equipment and unit types, skill attack ranges and unique magic, units that shine more when battling in quests or in PvP or both, and units that are just plain cool or cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really important to have a cool and cute ones too.
はい。なので単純に特技のダメージが白煙の騎士カイルを超えたとしても、カイルって防御力も高いし、カリスマも持ってるし、しかもソウルブレードで超パワーアップするみたいな、いろんな強みがあるわけなんで、ダメージではそこ測れない強さだと思うんですよ。ただ今回の強化はですね、その初期ユニットにカリスマをつけるっていうのを考えていないんですね。そうすると、いろいろ差はあるんですけど、そういったことも踏まえて、ユーザーの皆さんが格段に強さを実感できる、推しユニットを育成したらこんなに強くなったって感じてもらえるように、調整を今進めています。あとですね、初期のユニットって、いわゆる新装装備に該当する専用装備がないので、そこも実装していく予定です。ちょっとお時間はいただいてしまうんですけれども、楽しみにお待ちいただければと思います。お願いします。
So while it would be simpler to make these units output more skill damage than Kyle, Knight of Pale Flame, Kyle also has a lot of other points that make him strong, such as his high defensive capabilities. He has his charisma, and of course the huge power-up that he gets with his Soul Blade. The strength of unit isn't simply determined by how much damage it can do. On that note, for these improvements, we will not be adding any charismas, but we will be adjusting the units so that first, they are markedly stronger, and second, everyone believes that they have a chance to train their favorite units to a level where these units feel super strong. We hope that you will look forward to it. Note as well that for these early units, they do not have a credential weapon. They don't have anything that directly corresponds to the credential weapons, so we are going to be adding some of those. It may take a while, but we appreciate your patience very much.
はい。最後にですね、これ何回か言ってるんですけど、これまでの情報修正とか限界突破って月に5体から10体ぐらいまで、やらせていただいてたんですけども、今回から、今回の強化は1体にかかる時間が増えるので、もう少しゆっくりなペースになっていくので、その点だけあらかじめご了承いただきたいなと思います。お願いします。
Yes. Finally, we previously handled unit cap boosts and enhancement unlocks in batches of about 5 to 10 units per month. However, in the future, going forward, we expect these new power-ups to be added at a slower pace, as it will take more time to properly enhance each unit. All right, thank you for all of that info, Naki and Barlene. But we still have more that we would like to share, don't we, Naki-san?
Yeah, we do. I'd like to share 2 of the units that will be improved. Here they are.
Here they are. There we go, yes.
Yeah, they are White Knight Melza and God Hunter Shin. Let's check the YouTube comments.
All right, let's go ahead and check them out. What are people saying there? See, what do we have?
Okay, Robin.
We have a lot of excitement about Robin.
Robin.
Yes, exactly. And Blood Rose being great again.
Oh,
Who knows?
yeah.
Yeah, it could happen. It could certainly happen. We also have a special video for you all that shows a bit of the difference between the new and old units. Just keep in mind that what we are about to show you is still very much in development and is subject to change. Those of you who watched the Japanese version of this stream about half a day ago may have already seen this, but for all of those who haven't, or for all of you who want to hear an explanation of this in English, we're going to go ahead and give you a sneak peek and show that video to you now.
Okay.
All right, there we have it. Yes. Okay, that was quite fast, so let's go ahead and slow that down and play it back one more time. You can see
結構エフェクト変わってるね。
the improvements on each of Melza's skills and special. They are quite different from what they originally were.
はい、ということで、今動画を見て、ね、お気づきになったかと思うんですけれども、結構変わっていって、でユニット全体的にどういうふうに調整しているかっていうのを、4つあるんですけど説明していきます。1点目がまずヒット数の調整ですね。基本的に、ヒット数を増やす調整をしています。2点目、発動距離の調整をしています。その場からの攻撃への変更だったりとか、あと飛び込み攻撃に変更したりとか、あと敵に攻撃する際にね、いちいち横行ってたのを最短距離で行くようにみたいな変更をしています。ここまでお願いします。
Alright, so as you might have noticed from watching the video, we have adjusted these 4 main areas on the action side. The first of these is hit counts, which have generally been boosted all around. The second of these is activation distance. In addition to changing from on-the-spot attacks to jumping attacks, we have also modified the units to move the shortest distance when attacking an enemy.
Yeah, I mean, as we mentioned before, like sometimes the early release units, they will go off their way, walk around, align them with the enemies, and then attack.
Hey.
So yeah, we fixed that part. We tried to fix that part at least.
はい。で次3点目は、コンボのつながり調整しています。これまでの初期のユニットで特技と特技でコンボがつながらなかったりとか、あと同じ特技内でもヒットがつながらないとか、そういったことがあるのでそれらを修正します。で4点目は、見た目の調整になります。ヒットのちょっとさっきの動画でも流れてましたけれども、ヒットエフェクトの追加とか、あと見た目がシンプルだったものはエフェクトを増やしてかっこよくしたりとかっていうことをしています。お願いします。
Right. So for our third of those 4th items, we have combo connections. We have resolved those issues such as skill combos not connecting with skills and having hits that were not connected to the other hits from the same skill. We've also changed the appearance, as you saw in that video just a moment ago. We've changed a few of the planar things, such as the additional hit effect, to have more prominent and cool visual effects.
Yeah. ちょっともう少しゆっくりな動画を見ながら、もう少しシルキーシメージはどういうふうにやっていったかっていうのちょっと個別の修正内容を見ていきましょうか。
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play that video of Melza one more time, and I'm going to give a slightly more detailed explanation of what these changes actually represent. Okay, so for the first of these, you can see Melza's regular attack right here, in which there have been fine adjustments to activation distance. This may or may not be obvious from the video, but there have been adjustments to the activation distance. In skill 1, you'll note that the hit count has been boosted from 4 to 7, and there are also some adjustments so that after approaching a certain distance, Melza will jump forward and attack the enemy. When it comes to skill 2, the hit count has been boosted from 5 to 11. This is changed from, note that, skill 2 has also been changed from an on-the-spot attack to a jump forward attack. When it comes to skill 3, we have an even more significant improvement to the hit count. The hit count has been boosted from 12 to 20 hits. Note that there have also been adjustments made so that the activation distance is more appropriate. Previously, this would sometimes activate when Melza was still far away from the enemy and then as a result not hit the enemy properly. We have also made adjustments so that all attacks should basically always hit. There may be a few exceptions here and there though. When it comes to Melza's special, note that there has been here as well a dramatic improvement to the hit count, which has been boosted from 12 to 32 hits. Note that the special has been changed from a ranged attack to a one enemy attack. All of the original attacks here actually had problems in hitting enemies, so while we fixed this issue, we were not able to fix it while keeping the ranged attacks as they were, and as a result, we have converted those attacks to be one enemy attacks. However, we have taken the change into account and subsequently adjusted the hit counts, as I mentioned just now. Yes, thank you very much for sharing that video. I hope that you are as excited as I am to see these changes. I know that there are a lot of Melza fans here in the community, so I'm very happy to be able to bring this to you today.
And I would just also like to add that.
There we go. Yeah, thanks.
I would just also like to add that the other unit we didn't show today, like Gacha and Shin, will be posting his video on the on our social page in a bit. I think we'll be posting it today. I think.
Yeah, later today,
later
Japan
today.
time.
Yeah.
Japan time. It may not be today where you are, but here in Japan it will be the end of the day.
はい。 もちろんですね、今2体紹介しましたけれども、10月10日にはその2体が入り、それ以降も随時追加していきますので、楽しみにお待ちください。
Naturally, we're going to continue to add improvements to even more units after the 10th of October, so please continue to watch for those. You can see a hint at some of the future units on screen now. These hints may be more obvious to those of you who are devoted fans.
Big hint.
Yes. Note that this video is going to be available on our channel later on, so feel free to comment with your guesses now. You'll be able to go back and check on this video, look at your comments again, and see if your guess was correct. I also have some other exciting content that I would like to share with everyone. This concerns the 2 summer units for this year, Cyril Emperor Nail and Jade Beachblade Savia. Nail is already, as you may know, currently available in-game. Savia is going to be appearing on August 22nd. We've been able to secure some of the concept art for the units from before the final illustrations were produced. I'd like to give everyone watching today a special look at this concept art. You know, I think in one of our last big anniversary live streams, we were able to look at some of the Zardstead concept art before that was actually released. This time we're going to have a look at some special unit concept art. I don't know, does everyone feel excited about this? I know that I am.
I know I'm too. We don't show this very often, so yeah, I'm always excited to see these.
Definitely, you can get some insight into the artist's process, into the creative process here at AIDIS. All right, so let's go ahead then and look at Cyril Emperor Nail's concept art. And there it is. Isn't that gorgeous?
Two.
Yeah, you can see a lot of the various elements. You can see here, this is also in the industry. Those of you who are artists may know that we call this a turnaround. You can see the various angles of Nail, what she looks like from each side, as well as some of her cool gear right here. I've also received some comments from the designer who worked on this character, and I will go ahead and read them out for you all now. I'm speaking now as the designer. I was surprised to hear that Nail would be one of the summer units getting a swimsuit shift. It was really unexpected for her character, as, well, she's Nail. I gave her a cool and mysterious design, reminiscent of the deep sea, to express her subdued allure. Giving her a mysterious parasol weapon also turned out to be an interesting gimmick for her. Here at AIDIS, there are many Nail fans. So as soon as it was decided that Nail would be one of our summer units, everyone had a ton of ideas. Someone said, I feel like a competitive swimming vibe would really suit her well. Others said that they wanted her to be very mature and more sexy. There were so many ideas from everyone concerning what they wanted her to look like that it was a bit hard to incorporate all of them into a single design, but I feel like I managed to get most of them in quite well. In the end, Nail's design turned into one packed with tons of unique preferences from everyone on how Nail should look. That's all for the designer's comments, but I'm curious, what do all of you who are watching right now think? Let's go ahead and take a look at our comments. See, Sean MJ says, the best design so far.
Best
Absolutely.
design.
Arguably, yeah, I would say that.
そうね。
Okay.
とても美しいです。
Yes. Kuro the Death says, Nail is not a girl.
Yeah,
Savia is a girl.
I was reading that.
Nail is a woman.
I was reading that one.
Yes, Nail is a woman.
はい。
Yes, let's see. Even in the swimsuit, she looks elegant, says Zin LC. Thank you for the comment. She is badass, powerful for sure, says Mobile Gamers Unite. Giant says, hey.
Hey.
All right. Next up, we have Jade Beachblade Savio. Let's go ahead and get her concept art on screen. I also have some comments from the designer concerning this character, so I will go and read these for you. Using Summer Breeze as our concept, we put a lot of light flowing objects into her design, such as ribbons and a hagoromo, feather cloak, so that her pixel art and illustration would better evoke the feeling of a lightly flowing stream of air. I also designed her to have a braid in her bangs to enhance the summery, clean, and cute feel to her.
はい、ありがとうございます。で今年ですね、どうしてもね、英霊のユニットを出したかったんですよ。 で英霊ユニットのエース化っていうのは要望も多いですし、あと、水着でね英霊ユニットを出したのは野草原ツ天切りが最後だったんですよね。なんで、今回、ネイルを第1弾で出して、でネイルってこう英霊いっぱい召喚するじゃないですか。でそこでいっぱい水着の英霊をまず見てもらって、で第2弾で、セビアが出して、そこも英霊のユニットになるというふうな形にしています。でネイルが召喚するセビアとユニットとしての今回のセビアは、水着がなんか違うんですよ。でそこもちょっと注目かなと思います。あとはですね、気になるセビアの性能なんですけども、ちょっとこう引っ張っちゃうんですけど、今回紹介はないので、いつもの紹介の PV お待ちください。明日のJST で17時かなに出るので、一つ言えるのは使っていてめっちゃ楽しいんですよ。空中コンボが決まるんで、そこはちょっとね押してほしい。はい、じゃあお願いします。
All right, so allow me to interpret again. Speaking of the summer units, I, Naki, want to mention one more thing. I really wanted to release a Heroic Spirit unit this year, as we've gotten a ton of requests for shifts of the Heroic Spirit units. And last time we released a summer Heroic Spirit unit was in 2020 with Tinkiri, so it's been quite a while. That's why this time we had Nail appear in part 1, and with her unveiled tons of summer-themed Heroic Spirits, and then we had Savia appear in part 2. This is quite noteworthy, as not only is Savia one of the units that Nail can summon, and the next unit appearing in Last Cloudia, but Savia's swimsuit is also quite different compared to Nail's. I'm sure a ton of you are curious about how swimsuit Savia will perform in-game, but for now I'll just have to ask you to wait until we release her intro trailer. One thing that I can say for sure is that she's a very fun unit to use, as she has air combos, which are rare in Last Cloudia.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely, thank you. Alright, so we are going to be releasing more details on Jade, Beachblade, Savia soon. Make sure to keep an eye on Last Cloudia's social media pages.
Yeah, I think I'll be posting that in a little bit more than a day from now. A day and not a half, a day and a few hours from now.
Note that from the 22nd of August, we will be releasing the daily free 10-spin gacha. During this promo, you will be able to get up to 100 free spins, from which Descent of Heroes limited units have a chance to appear. Be sure to give it a try once it is in game, and if you have played the game for a while, you may notice some new faces in here. It's going to be quite exciting to be able to pull these. That was quite a bit of information. It looks like the Last Cloudia TV Express is about to wrap up though. Still, I hope everyone has enjoyed the stream. I know it's been a lot of fun for me, and I am looking forward to the August 22nd update more than I have up until even this point. So, how are you feeling, Naki-san and Barlene?
そうね、コメントはね、コラボすごかったね。コラボまだまだっつって、コラボの情報はね、ここちゃんと来ますから、そこはちょっと待っていただいて、楽しみにしていただいて大丈夫です。で、今日お伝えした情報で言うと、アリーナと初期ユニット強化になりますけれども、アリーナもね本当にたくさんコミュニティの方からいっぱい改善案とかもいただいていてありがとうございます。一旦今回ね回収するところがありますので、ちょっと文字だけだとね分かんないと思うので遊んでいただいて、またフィードバックをもらいたいなと思います。で、あと初期ユニットの強化の話はまだ今回ねメルザとシンだけだったけど、いっぱいやっていくし、みんなのね推しユニットをめでていただいて。しっかり強くなったものをお届けしたいと思いますので、そこもちょっと楽しみに待っていてください。
So thank you. Yeah, everyone has provided a lot of questions and feedback and comments about the collab. I want to let you know though that we will be able to provide that information in due time. Please ask for your patience there. We've talked today about the early release unit improvements as well as the arena, and I want to thank you all for your comments and feedback, all of the valuable input about the arena in particular. When it comes to the early release units, although we provided some explanation, it may be difficult in some cases to really get a feel for what those are going to play like, what it's going to feel like to be able to play with those. So just ask for your patience here. And although we were only able to mention that Melza and Shin would be changing, we do want to know that there are going to be more units that will also be improved of early release units in the future. So how about you, Barlene?
All right. Yeah, I'm very excited. You know, we have quite a bit of update that's coming this week. I know some of the more veteran players are probably thinking, more, eager to see what's coming for the arena. We have quite a bit of change there. But however, I mean, I also say that a lot of you probably will be thinking that it's not enough at all. Yeah, we haven't fixed everything, I would say, but we'll be keep making events revisions to Arena. This is not a stopping point.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you for all of the feedback on the Arena, and note that we do very much keep it in mind, look at it, discuss it here in the Last Cloudia team. I just noticed now that on the right side of the screen, you can see Barlene's shadow moving around.
Oh, you can?
Yes. Barlene's shadow has been jumping around.
That is true.
Yes, Barlene's silhouette is right there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can see the shadowy arm of Barlene. But yeah, let's wrap things up in just a moment. I'll take one last look at the comments before we go. Yes, Barlene hand reveal. That is true. Yes. Collab is coming. Yes. Collab info now, or we riot. I'm afraid it's going to have to be riot then, guys, because the collab info is not coming quite yet.
僕のさ、日本語のコラボって発言にめっちゃ反応してたのに。
Yes, they very much are. Everyone in the chat is very excited about hearing the word korabo in Japanese. Yes, all right.
これありがたいねこれ。
Yes. Sure, we are always supporting the game, says Sean MJ, with I believe it looks like a Mexican flag. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for all of the support from Mexico. All right. Well, I want to thank you for all of your support today. Thank you for being a part of the stream. It's always a pleasure to be with you. And yeah, have a great summer. Be safe. Have fun. See you in Last Cloudia.
All right. See you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.